That is one. I mean, I can defend a payment 6 different ways. All honest, all mathematically correct, all logical. And they're all designed to help the customer come to the conclusion that, hey, this payment works. And in a one-price environment like that, this stuff is more powerful than it is in a traditional negotiating environment, because most salespeople won't do it because they know they can just run back to the sales desk and get a lower payment. But most of the time, nobody will use it. Here, in this environment, you have to use it. I mean, it's a more powerful tool, the way you guys do business, than it would be in a traditional store. It almost doesn't matter what payment comes out on one of these sheets. The customer is probably going to object. Why?
That's what they used to.
We've taught them that it's profitable to object. If 1,000 people object to salespeople today in Cincinnati, 999 of the salespeople are going to go, well, what do you want to pay? I'll be right back. They're going to go to the sales desk and bring back a lower payment. Okay? That's the way the business works. It's not right, but it's the way the business works. Most salespeople are poorly trained. Most managers are trained even less than the poorly trained salespeople. So they don't have an objection handling strategy, which is a justification. They have no way to justify the number to the customer. Okay, what's that 60-month payment with three grand down on the sheet?
537.
Doug, tell me that you can't pay $537 a month for that Malibu.
You know what, Steve, man? I told you, you were kind of close, but man, I'm on a tight budget, man. I've got diapers and shit to buy, so $537 is a little bit too high.
Step one. Doug, I hear you. I don't blame you a bit. The fact that you tell me that payment's too high is evidence that you are a perfectly normal human being. I'm with you. Payment's just too damn high these days. Okay? The customer's not always right, but I always agree with them. Okay? Step number 2. Doug, other than the payment though, everything else works fine for you. Nothing else stops you from taking delivery of this Malibu today if we can just figure out how to get this payment right, correct?
Yeah, I love the car. I mean, you know.
That's called isolation. Okay? I want to see if this is all I have to do to get the dude to take delivery of the Malibu. Now I'm going to roll into what I call the big picture explanation of this payment. Doug, you are probably very familiar with the term depreciating asset, aren't you?
Sure am.
Well, everybody knows a car or a truck is going to depreciate unless you buy some Ferrari for about $1.5 million. Right. The Malibu is an awesome vehicle, but it's not a Ferrari. However, what most people don't realize, that there is an element of every car payment they make. By the way, I've got this word for word for you if you like it. Okay? And I've got it on video 50 times where you can get to it for free. Most people don't realize there's a savings element to every single car payment. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. What are you
Okay,
talking about?
hey, you know what? That's what everybody says. Well, Doug, the MSRP of this Malibu, which by the way, you did not pay, okay? Hey, we discounted that thing for you. You didn't have to fight at all. We got the discount down for you. However, the reason I put the MSRP there is that's how residuals are calculated. Now, most of the time people think about residuals when they think about leasing, but you're just purchasing this. However, there are plenty of people out there, KBB, Edmunds, American Leasing Guide, who will give you a good idea of what percentage of this MSRP your vehicle will be worth at a future point in time. All right? Now, you're financing this for 5 years. I'm going to guess that average, your Malibu is going to be worth 41% of what the MSRP was. But by the way, Doug, you keep that thing in great condition, it can be worth more than 41%. You run into half the people in this area, it can be worth less than 41%. So please keep that in mind. Take good care of your car, because as you're about to see, it's really, really important. Somebody do the math there for me real quick.
$10,660.
$10,000?
$660.
So when you make that last payment, Doug, a couple weeks after that, back in the mail comes something called a free and clear title with just your name on it. And that free and clear title acts just like a share of stock. You can borrow against it, you can trade it, or you can sell it. So, you're going to write every single month a $537 check to the lender. That $537 is going to go to the lender, but the lender is not going to keep it all. Part of it's going back to you. Divide 10,660 by 60.
177 and 66 cents.
$178 of every payment you make is going to funnel to your title. Which means 537 minus 178. 8 from 17 is 9, 7 from 12 is 5, 1 from 4 is 3. Your net payment, Doug, when it's all said and done, and this is going to give you plenty of room to buy diapers, make no mistake about that, your net payment is $359 a month. I need you to okay it by the 60 months and sign down below. By the way, am I telling the complete and total truth? How many customers do you think this way? That would be 0. This is what a salesperson is for, to help the customer see that the $537 for the vehicle they want, make no mistake. Remember how I set this up earlier? And you know what? If I get to write up with you, do I like you?
Yeah.
If I don't like you, we ain't getting to write up. If I get to write up, am I okay with Tom Gill Chevrolet?
Yeah.
If I don't like this place, I ain't sticking around for write up. Do I want to drive the Malibu home?
Yes.
Damn right I do, because I want out of. But salespeople don't know how to help the customer make the decision. And make no mistake about it, the customers need help making a decision. Steve, you've been doing it for 30 years. Yes, they do. I can't tell you the number of people that leave dealerships where they found the right car, the right salesperson, the right dealer. Everything was right. The price is fine. Can they beat it by $50 or $100 or $150? Fuck yeah, they can do that. It's going to take them another 3 or 4 hours. And by the way, if they beat it by $300, that comes back to them at $5 a month over 60 months. How stupid is that? Salespeople don't show that to them, though, because they're trained like shit. I'm very anti-trainers in this business. Most trainers train people to fail. You know how you've made it this long, Steve? It wasn't because of trainers, I promise you. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to figure it out on your own. Most of the good salespeople in our business figure it out on their own. They ain't being coached up. They're not being trained up. This works miracles with a customer. No customer, I mean, I had 2 Georgia Tech graduates the other day. Georgia Tech is one of them engineering schools where they know everything about everything. I mean, shit. they take quantum mechanics and calculus and stuff. Okay, I mean, I took calculus in college. At midterm, I had a 13. That wasn't an average. I took 3 tests, a 0, a 4, and a 9. Okay? So I ain't no mathematician by any stretch of the imagination. But we closed these people. It was during football season, so I walked back to check on the score of a game, and they were back there waiting to get into F&I. And this old boy goes, "Come here." He goes, "That's pretty good stuff you pulled on us." I said, "Sir, I didn't pull anything on you." I said, "I just showed you what the payment's made up of. It's not $537 going out the window every single day." Now, in Kentucky, do you get a tax credit if you trade the car in?
Mm-hmm. Now you do.
Okay, what's the tax rate?
6%.
Then I'd say, sir, and as a bonus, if I needed to, you got another $600 plus coming back to you when you trade that car in, which reduces the payment by another $10. I'm a believer in the closing sequences. I'm a believer in using mathematics, logic, and complete and total honesty. That's the worksheet I use with the customer. I just fill in the blanks. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. You raise the customer's thinking. And if I went to 60, you guys can go to 66 months, can't you?
Yeah.
So I could bring out a 66-month payment after I do this, and the guy'd think he died and went to heaven. If I couldn't hook him, because I'd like to close him at 60 so I can get him back here sooner, but yeah, I'm a realist. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get him to take delivery today, because that's how I get paid. Because there are unreasonable people out there. There are people that have unreasonable expectations. All right, any questions about this? Okay, I'll let you guys run through it a little bit in a few minutes. In fact, I'll give you some worksheets so you can just fill in the blanks. The key to it is not so much the numbers. The key to it is the story that you tell. Look, many a good is bought and sold on how well the story is told. The best salespeople in any industry are the best storytellers. So the story goes like this, and I'll send you all the verbiage for this, okay? The story goes like this. Hey, step 1, empathize. Doug, I get it, man. Everybody thinks the payments are too high. I understand that's not a problem. Step 2, isolation. Jeremy, other than the payment there, everything else is fine. Nothing else keeps you from taking this new Malibu home today, correct? Yeah, because now what do they think you're going to do?
Lower the price.
They think you're going to lower the